channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today's video is a tutorial on the makeup that I'm wearing right now. It is this halo eye look that I created using the Morphe 350 palette. I'm sure that you have heard all about this palette, but this is what it looks like, and I didn't get it when it was like all the hype before, but then I kept hearing that it was back in stock, so I went ahead and got it. So I used this palette to create this halo eye look, and this halo eye look was by special request from Eveline. So thank you for leaving me a comment below and asking me to do this eye look. If you guys have any other suggestions for any videos you want me to do, then definitely leave me a comment below and I would love to do that for you guys. So if you would like to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my eyelid with the Benefit Stay Don't Stray. And I'm going to buff it out using this Sephora Pro Domed Crease Brush. And then I'm going to set that with the Mercier Translucent Powder. I usually set it with eyeshadow, but I'm trying something different today. And then we are going to go in using the Morphe 350 palette. I'm going to use this shade Ear as a transition shade. This is the Sigma E40. These eyeshadows are really nice, but they do have a lot of fallout to them. So just tap off the excess of your brush before you go in. And I'm just gonna buff this into the inner corner, all on the crease and the outer corner. Just want a light transition shade for everything to blend into. I get the BoxyCharm box, and I got this Revolution BoxyCharm set. And so I'm going to go ahead and use those brushes. Going in first using this Revolution BX90. It's just a long brush like this, so anything that you have like this will work. And I'm going to further define the crease using this shade right here. And I'm just putting the shadow on the end of the brush, like the more tapered part, and then using really light touch, I'm just going to work that into the crease first. And for the halo eye, you want to keep the eyeshadow off the center of the lid during this process. And then I'll just pick up some more color, tap off the excess, and do the outer corner. And then I will do the inner corner. I think the brush is the key to the halo eye look. If you go in with too large of a brush on the inner corner, it's just going to end up like such a hot mess, and you're just going to get really frustrated. So then you can just blend out the edges real quick. Then I'm going to deepen up the inner and outer corner a little bit, and this is the BX95. It's just like a smaller version of the other one. And again, this is kind of like a bigger pencil brush. And I will use this one right here. But if you're using a different palette, just, you know, a light brown shade, and then a medium brown shade, and then a darker brown shade. So you can do this look with lots of different color schemes. Just go light, medium, dark, and then just keep the darker shade on like the very outer corner just to kind of deepen it up. But you want to make sure that there's still a gradient between the color that you just put down and the darker one that you're putting on. And then we'll do the same in the inner corner. The point of, you know, doing this is once you have the pop of color in the middle and then it's darker on the edges, it draws the light in the eye to the middle, and so it makes your eyes look bigger. And once you have that, the intensity that you like, you can blend out the edge between the two. I took the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue because I'm going in with this color right here, and it's like a really shimmery shade. And I wanted it to really stick to my eyelid and not like transfer up too much because I have like hooded eyes. And I just used the other little brush that was in the little kit that came with the BoxyCharm, and this is the BX80. I'm just gonna put a little on the back of my hand and then just put some of this on the center of the eyelid. I am using the Sigma E55 eye shading brush. And I'm going in with that shade that I just showed you. Definitely tap off the excess and just pack it on there. And then when you get to the edges, you can gently do a little shimmy maneuver to try and soften up the edges just a little bit. And then I took this shade, this one, and I just put a little bit of that right in the middle. Add a little extra oomph. And then I'll take that same brush that we used to put down that first outer and inner V shade, and I'll just kind of blend out the edges like really gently. I don't want to move the product around. You can blend out the edges gently. You don't want to get your blending brush down into your shimmer shade and like move it all around. And then I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm just going to use this color right here. It's just the lightest like matte shade. I'm just going to put it up here on the brow bone. And then I'll take this teeny tiny little flathead brush I have. I've had this forever. It's Vincent Longo. And I am using this shade right here. It's just like a light shimmery shade. I'll just highlight the brow bone. So I'm going to color correct using the MAC Studio Conceal and Correct Duo, and I will use the peach side. I'll just put a little bit on each eye. This is a Japanese 910. And I just like this because I like to keep the color corrector on the dark circles. I don't want to like bring it down. I'm really trying to keep it where the darkness is, and I can get it into the inner corner also. So I like to put it where I want it to go with the brush, and then I'll either blend it out with the Beauty Blender if I don't have eyeshadow on yet, or if I do have eyeshadow on, I need it to be like more controlled, I'll just blend it out with my finger. And then today I'm going to use the Cover FX foundation. I'm going to see if I can get like a super full coverage look today. All the other coverage I've ever shown you guys has pretty much been medium coverage. Just want to see if I can get like full coverage out of this foundation and like really like cover up all this redness. I'm usually like really light-handed and like cautious, but today I am going in with some foundation. So I already primed my face using the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. This is the smoothing primer, and I put the Amazing Cosmetics line smoother, shocker, on my forehead, and the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. This is in the color G30. And I'm going to buff it in using the Morphe 439, and then I'll probably go over it with like the Real Techniques. But let's see first what it looks like with this 439. I'm going to conceal using the Dior Star Concealer in the color 3 and the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay in the color Medium Light Neutral. It has kind of like color correcting action to it. It's a little peachy. I'm going to put that one up by the dark circles. I'm going to put the naked one on the rest of the triangle just to kind of give the face some dimension. In the drugstore haul, I showed you guys that I got this Maybelline sponge. Put water on it, still feels really hard, but I thought maybe I would try and blend this out. And when you do your concealer, you can clean up your eyeshadow. I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light in the color Luminous 2. I'll just put that down the center of my forehead and my cupid's bow and my chin, tops of my cheekbones, and I'll blend it out with the Beauty Blender. So I'm going to go ahead and set my eyes with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I prefer the Secret Brightening Powder over the translucent powder by her for setting the under eyes. I'll just throw that on the highlighter that I put on also. I'll set the rest of my face using my Hello Flawless in the color All the World's My Stage Beige, because I'm trying to get a little bit more coverage. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. So we'll go back in the Morphe palette and kind of duplicate what we already did. We put the transition shade on the lower lash line, and then we'll go in with that second shade that we used. We'll just put that in the outer corner and inner corner on the bottom. Again, you want to keep it away from the middle. And then when you get to this outside part, you can just kind of fill it in right here on the outer V so that it's kind of connected. And then we'll use that very darkest shade again. And we'll just put that on the very outer part. And again, you can kind of go over what you did before. And then put a little on the inner corner. And then I'm going to use this tiny brush that I usually use to highlight my brow bone to put the shade that we put in the inner part of the eyelid on the lower lash line on the inner part. We're going to highlight the inner corner with the same shade that we used to highlight the brow bone. And then I'm going to put a very small line of Vincent Longo gel eyeliner using my little Cita brush. You don't want to do like with this halo look, you don't want to do like a big huge wing liner. It'll take away from the effect that you're trying to get. So either go without eyeliner or just do a really thin line. It'll make your lashes look fuller. Then we'll curl the lashes. We'll go in with the Cosmetics Tightline. Then I'm using this Blinc Mascara, Mascara Amplified. It was in the BoxyCharm box. I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in the color Medium Deep and my MAC 135. Then I'm going to contour with
Are you gonna do any talking stuff tonight?
I'm talking right now. I'm doing a little contouring with the Hoola Benefit contour, an oldie but a goodie. I'll blend it together with the side of this brush that I use the least. Then for blush, I'm going to use the Chanel 55. It's called In Love. This is expensive. You could use the Milani Luminoso or whatever blush. That is not going to overpower this eyelid. Then I'll run a Duo Fiber brush over that to soften the edges. Then for highlighter, I'm going to use the Becca Champagne Pop. I don't really use this much because to me it is pretty intense. I'm just gonna put this Champagne Pop on the tops of my cheekbones. Got this, it's the Morphe M438 brush. A little up down the middle of my nose. Since we're pretty much like going all out glam, may as well just go all out. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs. This is the number 40 Mirage filter, and I'm going to use the yellow powder to carve out my cheekbones, and I'll just do it with this e.l.f. brush. So if you make the I want to contour my face. Can you see that? And then I'll just like brush it off. Brush it off. So then we're going to finish off the look using the Kat Von D liquid lipstick. I got this today in the mail. My dog found the box before I found the box, so my liquid lipstick looks like this. Remember how long this Lolita shade was out of stock for, and then it's finally back in stock and I bought it and my dog chewed it. That's all I have to say about that. So that's it for this makeup tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I got the gist of how to do a halo eye across. You don't have to use a shimmery shade like I did. You could use a matte shade and then it would be more work appropriate, office appropriate. And it's a really great look that you can make as soft or as bold as you want it to be. So I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends if you think that they would like to see a halo eye look. And all the information for all the products that I use will be in the description box, along with all my links to my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Snapchat, and my Facebook. So be sure to check the description box for all that information. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Makeup look. I did this kind of smoky eye using this new Revlon Color Stay Not Just Nudes palette.